have changed. And like you being the tax repair, people call you from Chicago or somewhere else. You got to take the time to take care of it, right? If
Mm-hmm.
they call you, uh, you they can't get you right away. They got to have some
Uh-uh.
time
Yeah, they're gonna have to just fax me their stuff, which is what they've been doing, and I just have to call them.
because you kind of swamped. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But when you think
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna peak, when you if somebody want to wait later on to get their tax, uh, do they wait till April,
Now I say probably next week or uh
the 1st of March, or what?
mm-hmm,
Okay.
probably 1st of March.
And all the business people got business. You're gonna hook them up with Stacy.
Stacy.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That I just want to know because I want to tell them to call you. But if they can't get you, just leave the message,
Yeah, they got to leave a message.
and then you get back to them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Or text me.
Most time if they text you,
Definitely text me.
and they can take the information to you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Text it and fax it.
Okay. And they got what all they got to have? They got to have their Social Security card. They got to have their
W-2.
W-2s. What else?
Uh, dependents, they gotta have their birth certificate
Dependents.
card.
What if they husband and wife? They got to have both of their informations, right?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
I just want to know what when I tell them what they need to have. Because I'm
Mm-hmm.
making a call, ain't got no information. That blocks you. They need to
Mm-hmm.
have their Social
Mm-hmm.
Security card. They need to have the paper from the job. Not no check.
Mm-hmm.
They don't need no check. They need the form, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because some people say they got checks, but they got a check from their job. Do that work?
Mm-hmm. They gotta have W-2s. I can't do that with the
You have to have their W-2s,
gotta have W-2s.
and all the information go with it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So Divine Tax is moving good. Thank God. We're gonna keep
Right.
praying and keep working for time. Divine Tax gonna work out. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And anywhere in the country, all it
Right.
need your number and get in contact with you and it'll work, right?
Right.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give them your number tonight, where they have your number, where they can get in contact with you. Uh, I had a couple of people that called me from Mississippi down, and I told them I got to get back with you, see what they need. They need their
Mm-hmm.
W-2, Social Security card, and they can fax all the information.
Hold on, Miss Joe. Hold on. Hold on.
Okay. I want to take this time on this Wednesday, the 13th, to talk about the mass killings that went on. I want to talk about the killings that went on. That's what I want to talk about, the killings that went on. In this now, I'm going to give you some, I'm going to talk about some things. First, I'm going to talk about the virus. The virus that will attack it now, that's in China. It's going to slow down the economics in America. Car parts we get from China, chickens we get from China, hogs we get from China. All that got to be a slowdown. Walmart's going to take a slowdown. General Motors and Chrysler going to take a slowdown. These chicken places, they're going to be shorted because you can't bring nothing because of that virus. That got over 100, they got over 60,000 people on ships that can't leave. They got 9,000 here in the USA that quarantined. 5,000 of them done died. They ain't telling you this. Over in China, over 60,000 done died. It probably more than that. The government is not letting you know. So what I'm saying, this virus is when it get worldwide. I'm looking at the country in Africa, London and Paris, and it's all over the world. So by being of the word, and the Pope know, and the religious community know, evil spirits, and Bright Star talked about evil spirits, and also Chief Ezra talked about the evil spirits that's among us. It's a scripture that I want you to read. Psalms 37, Psalms 35, Psalms 109, and Psalms 119. These are the scriptures you read to break the curses and the hexes that's going on. Now, I said I was going to talk about the mass murders. This Black History Month. In Black History Month, I want to deal with some of the stuff that's been happening that we have overlooked. The suicide, murders, people killing themselves. They're possessed by demons and devils, and they kill themselves because they get in. Then some of them go kill other people because of racism, white supremacy, and we're dealing in a whole global situation of hate across this country and across this world. Whatever happened in China, it affected America. What happened in Germany affected America. What happened in Egypt, it affects globally. What happened in Russia, it affects America. So we are tied together, whether we want to be or not. We are tied together as through the internet and all the social media. We are tied together. Somebody get killed in Chicago, China no, Russia no, London, Paris no. There are terrorist act in Africa, we know within 10, 20 minutes. That's that global hookup. And we got satellites up in the air that's watching over all of us. Now, I want to take my time. This is a divine tax. I've talked to Sister Lisa, and she said that if you need to call, I'm going to give you her number, or you can call her, and make reservations, those that want to. The number is 678-245-9607. That's 678-245-9607 for your tax, divine tax. That's 678-245-9607. That's for divine tax, and that's for Sister Lisa. She'll take care of your tax and make sure you get a good deal, make sure you get the right tax. She wants you to send your W-2s, or when you talk to her, and keep calling till you get her, because she's been in business about 40 years, and she's professional, and she's black. So I want you to support her. That Sister Lisa down in Atlanta, Georgia. And call that number, get in contact with her. Now, this is what I want to say tonight, or today, or whatever it is. I'm going to pray the prayer, because I see people depressed. But I want to give the scenario for I pray. I want to go back to Elvis Presley. Elvis Presley was working for the government, and he was murdered because they couldn't control him. So he had to look like suicide. He was murdered. I want to go back to Sam Cooke. Sam Cooke was murdered. Why? Now, Sam Cooke was murdered because Sam Cooke owned his records. He made records, and he had his own master, and he didn't need the man. And he was global. Elvis Presley was global. A boy from Tennessee, a boy from right there, from Mississippi, got to be global. So they couldn't control him no more. He was bigger than government. And I want you to look at this and understand. Sam Cooke was bigger than government. They had to kill him. Sam Cooke was making his records, producing records, had his own records. What Motown was doing, Sam Cooke was doing 20 years ago. They killed him. He was murdered. Now, I want to go back. I want to get politically now. John F. Kennedy was murdered. Well, John F. Kennedy, the president, was murdered in Texas. Why? Because he was changing the CIA policy, the Justice Department. He was changing all cabinets because he knew he had snakes around him. And they murdered him. He was murdered because he was getting ready to change cabinet. That's the murders is among us. And some of the people is still in Washington that did it, and some of them is dead. Okay? Now, some of the people, when Emmett Till and Medgar Evers was killed, Mickey Swanner was killed, Zuzo was killed, that was murder. It was evil. The kids in Birmingham in the church was blown up by the Ku Klux Klan. That was murder. But the modern day lynching, they lynch a lot of folks that came from slavery. But I want to talk about what happened. Now I want to go to Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson was murdered. Well, you said, Bishop, why Michael Jackson was murdered? Michael Jackson was global, known all over the world. Michael Jackson was a billionaire. They didn't never tell you that. The press don't never tell you the truth. Michael Jackson was going to the next level. They had to take him out. He owned too much. And they tried to get him with putting charge of rape on him and all of that. Beat all of that. So the next level is to kill him. So he was murdered. Now, let me go back. Albert Presley was murdered. Why he was murdered? Albert Presley was murdered because he was global and he was too big. He was big in the government. Sam Cooke was bigger than the government. Michael Jackson was more popular than the government. He could set policy all over the world. Then Prince was murdered. And Prince was murdered because he was global and he could set policies. I want to go back to Kennedy. Kennedy was murdered because Kennedy finna change what's going on in the Democrats and Republican Party, what's going on in Congress. He finna change all that around. They didn't want him in there because he was Catholic anyway. They didn't want a Catholic in there. Okay? So he was murdered. But not only was murdered, it was calculated. It made it look like one man did it, but it didn't. It was an assassination team that was pulled in from the government on the inside of the government, not on the outside. There's nobody from another country. It was did on the inside. Now, when I'm talking about murder, John F. Jr. would be the next president. They killed him. He was murdered in the plane because they know if he run, he gonna get it. Because that was John F. Kennedy's son, that's the Kennedys. Robert Kennedy was killed because he was investigating the FBI, the CIA, the Justice Department. He was investigating who all was in killing his brother. So they had to kill him. Okay? Because you had a lot of people involved in the hit. And they said, you got to take him out. That was murder. These people was murdered because these people was bringing a change in America. If these people had lived, America would have been a different America right now. We're full of racism, jealousy, and hate because of the politics that run it now. Okay? Now, because they killed all these people, we got a Donald Trump. We got a Ku Klux Klan. We got a skinhead. We got a Republican Party that go along with whatever Trump do. We got a Justice Department go along with Trump do. We got the CIA go along with what Trump do. If he said not indicted. So this is the kind of evil that we're living under right now. But I want to deal with this in another way. I was telling you that Michael Jackson was murdered because he was global and he dealt with other governments around the world and he was loved. And he was murdered and he was a trillionaire. I don't care the color, they will kill you because the status you get. Now I want to go as Michael Jackson, as Prince was killed. Now, who else was killed that you don't know about? Witness was murdered. Why? Because she was a global around the world, and her song resonated. You know, they said drugs. Everything is not drugs, okay? So a lot of our early singers, like the Temptations, they they was they were free to get drugs. Lots of them, and lots of our entertainers, they went out because they hadn't had that much money and they had demonic spirits sending to them, witchcraft, warlocks working on them, but they didn't know nothing about that. Now, when I go back, when I want to look, Kobe Bryant, Kobe was a basketball player, great, and he retired. He had already getting ready to set up a women's ball, a basketball team with his daughter. He was already finna set up in China. He finna set up a whole new system, NBA that he run with the Chinese, that they gonna get people from all over. Why did Kobe die? Because Kobe could have been the governor of California and also could have been the president of the United States. They didn't want a man that glory and a black to be at that level, so he was assassinated. When it all boiled down, you will see when they get through, you see that that helicopter was shot down or something put on it, a laser, and killed them. He was murdered, and the people along with him was murdered to get one man. That's Kobe, and we're gonna pray after this. I just wanted to say that, where you might know how violent that this country is, how the dark side of this country, and the guns that the lobby, the Rifle Association, the drugs that Congress know about today. Congress know about the homosexual stuff that put in to block you. God said man and woman, not man and man. But because of evil and the dark side, they made suicide. They're killing babies in the womb. They started war. The Vietnam War was essentially war. And the Korean War. Afghanistan, you got people got limbs broke because it was an essentially war. And Dr. King talked about the war question. Dr. King was killed because Dr. King went to Memphis and said we're going to have a global boycott. They said Martin Luther King did not leave Memphis alive. So they had 4 hit teams to hit him. So if one wouldn't get him, the other would get him. In the same way with John F. Kennedy, the same hit team inside America hit John F. Kennedy. The same hit team that killed Martin Luther King. Why Dr. King was killed? Dr. King could have been the next president. He was influential all over the world because he was for peace. They had to get rid of Martin Luther King because he was the conscience of America. So Dr. King was murdered. Now we seen all these people murdered. That these people didn't die no natural death. They was murdered. They want you to think that Elijah Muhammad killed Malcolm X. He didn't kill Malcolm X. Malcolm X was killed by the CIA. Malcolm X had went to Mecca and come back and seen that he had outgrown Elijah because some things he wanted to do. When Malcolm X said, I'm taking this fight to the UN, as he got to go. He was saying, I want the UN to deal with the race problem in America. Now, those blacks that was doing that, they must have been paid. But directly, this was did by a higher force. He didn't die because he was a Muslim. He didn't die because he broke away from Elijah Muhammad. He died because he was talking about all black people in America need to be protected because America cannot protect black folks that have been hung and lit for years. Marcus Garvey was ran out of America, sent back to Haiti. They didn't kill him, they run him out. And any young black that stand up, they murder him. Okay? Steve Coakley was murdered. Steve Coakley was murdered by poison because he was talking about the Young Black Panther Party. Okay? And that's how he was murdered. Steve Coakley. And Laird Muhammad was murdered, was poisoned. These are people that you can identify. They was murdered. Now, you can identify the deed because you see them every day. That was murdered. Anybody take a stand for black folks in this Black History Month, they be murdered, assassinated, hung, lynched, or burned up. And you never know it happened. That if you stand up, you got a racist mentality, racism, white supremacy. They hide under the police department. They hide with the FBI, the CIA. They hide in the Congress, the Democratic. Just when Trump got impeached, it show you that the Republicans are with anything happen to blacks. They don't care. So they impeached Trump. They let Trump go free. Trump told the Justice Department, all of my men go free. They'll let you know we got evil within our government system. Malcolm X was killed because Malcolm was saying, I want to go to the UN, and America cannot protect the blacks in America. I want the UN, the police America. White folks stood up on their heads, so he got to go. In each case, it was said that they got to die because we don't want no change. The Ku Klux Klan burned the church, bombed the church in Birmingham because they didn't want no progress. And Ed Mateer and Medgar Evers was killed because they didn't want progress in Greenwood, Greenville, Lexington, all through Mississippi. They was police with uniform was shooting blacks and hanging them and burying them in the woods down in Natchez. They put them down in a pit and murdered in Natchez, Mississippi. They ain't nobody talked about the hundreds and thousands of blacks was murdered in Natchez, Mississippi. The government have acknowledged that they killed a lot of blacks, along with Abraham Lincoln was murdered because he let the slaves go free. He let the slaves go free, but why they go free? They ain't got no shoes, they ain't got no money. It was a gimmick, okay? The North and the South. It was violence, and the violent, brother, continued today. The Democrats, the Dixiecrats, the Republicans, none of them, at this Black History Month 2020, have said they're going to do anything for blacks. Blacks got to do for themselves. And I want to let you know, until you understand Marcus Garvey, Sojourner Truth, Harry Tubman, Paul Laurence Dunbar Robeson, these were the voices that brought us where we at today. So today the murder is among us. In this Black History, I want to pray, I share our ancestors. Now these some that we know. If some was hung and lynched, the boy down in Texas was hooked up to a truck and run around now and killed. They don't want you to even wear your dreads. This is racism and white supremacy. Well, you black, you racist. I can't be racist because I don't own nothing. You can't be racist because you don't own nothing. You don't control nothing. So we need to come together in business. Our business been messed up because we're being killed. Black on black crime. We have turned the guns on ourselves because it was designed this way. The Black Panther Party, where they at? They gone. Jeff Ford is in jail for life. Larry Hoover in jail for life. some of the bloods encrypted in jail for life. Because that's where it's designed. Nifty Russell was killed because he was bringing black brothers and getting them jobs. Kobe was killed because he's talking about businesses. I'm going to pray, Ashe, our ancestor, for you that's listening, you that might have a mind to understand. Read Psalms 119. It'll give you closure. And you don't read the Bible, read the Holy Quran. Now, I'm not Christian, I'm spiritual. And when you're spiritual, you get spiritual knowledge. Father God, the God of Abraham, the God of Jacob, the God of the universe, the God that controls everything. I say our ancestor for a breakthrough. I pray right now for every man, every woman. Devil, loose your hope. Demonic spirit, you deaf spirit, you lying spirit. Loose that cancer, that TB, that tuberculosis, whatever going on in their life. I ask it to be moved on this second, the 13th, 2020. We are in the flow of 2020 Black History Month. Let knowledge and wisdom come, feed our people, clothe our people, where we will come together in the name of Amun Ra, in the name of Jehovah, in the name of Allah. All the gods that you call on, wherever they might be, I invoke there's 72 different names of God. I invoke them, the forces to go to your home, to move every evil, to bring love and joy and peace to you today. I decree that, Ashe, I decree it now that you're going to get the breakthrough that you need. You're going to get the love that you need. You're going to get the joy you need. I pray for every business. Now, this month is the month for the football players, the basketball players, for business people to come together, put their money together, and create a business climate. And when you talk about, well, we want to be, we're not included in our government. We're not included in the Republican Democrat. We're not included because look how many blacks being killed. We got brothers in slavery right now. We got 25 brothers got life in Boston, in New Jersey, that's in jail, won't get out until we ask for jubilee. We ask for jubilee. Let them brothers out because they're political prisoners. The governor of Illinois, he's a political prisoner. The governor of Illinois, he's a political prisoner. He ain't killed nobody. And people kill people still out here. Now, lying to Congress. When you poor and lie to Congress, you go to jail. When you rich and lie to Congress, then nothing happen. I want to say this evening, this morning, whatever it is in your life, that we understand that we are breaking yokes. We understand that we got slavery in our jails, in our institutes. Here's the governor of Detroit. He ain't murdered nobody, but he got 38 years. And here's the government finna let a man go. But here's a governor, ain't did nothing. He in there for 14 years. Here's the mayor of Detroit. He ain't killed nobody. He got 38 years. Political prisoners. Okay? And here's the government says okay for a man to marry a man. And we saying it's okay for a woman to marry a woman. That's abomination before the Creator. The churches have turned their pulpit into the working of the devil and said the churches is not come out against homosexuality. The churches have not come out. So their Sunday morning, what they is tainted with sin. It's tainted with the devil. It's tainted with evil. If you're a pastor and you don't speak out about homosexuality, about the LGBT community, there ain't no community. You have divide God. And even the church, the Catholic Church, we don't want men to marry a woman and don't want women to marry a man. You have defied the law of God. You should be fruitful and multiply. A man needs to have a wife and they need to have a family. So I'm protecting all families today. All families, I say, wake up And he said, I want to go to school to learn how my kids got to be gay. They're homosexual. They're demons. They're possessed by the devil. If you lust in a man, you're demon. If you a man, you lust in another man, you're possessed. That's a sickness. If you a woman and you lust in another woman, you're sick. You're caught up in a demonic spirit. It's a fret not thyself of evildoers, they'll soon be cut down. So we're dealing in 2020 with the truth. Come out with the truth. I want to tell you, the Pentecostal explosion, we're going to be in Detroit, Yazoo City, Natchez, Mississippi, and New Orleans. You're invited. And in July, we're going to South Dakota to Bear Butte Mountain for prayer. Call me, get in contact with me, where you can be a part of this crusade. You can be a part of the mission where we're going to the next level. We're talking about stop the evil, save the baby. I'm talking about miracle healing. Miracle healing. God is able to heal you, man. Woman, God's able to heal you right now. So I decree right now that all the Ashe, the ancestors, somebody lost their son, somebody lost their daughter, somebody lost their mama, lost their daddy, they lost their cousin, but I'm praying for you, Mary Hawkins. I'm praying for you, Sister Etta. I'm praying for you, all the prophets that can stand up and see the storms, the floods, the global warming is happening because of sin. The wages of sin is death, the gift of God time. So I'm speaking to you directly to wake up. I'm speaking to you, man, woman, I'm speaking to you to wake up and be a part of the created part. Whatever you're going through, I want to let you know God is able to bless you and God able to open that door for you. You're going to do it quick, fast, and somebody ought to say, Bishop, you're going to do it in a hurry. And he's going to continue bless you. Psalm 37, Psalm 119. I want to say miracle healing 2020. I'm miracle healing for 2020 for your body, mind, soul, and spirit. That's what I want to say for 2020.